Crank of a slider crank mechanism rotates clockwise at a constant speed of 300 rpm. Okay, so it is said that it's a slider crank mechanism, which means we must have a slider, we must have a crank, and we must have a connecting rod. All three components must be there at a constant speed of 300 rpm, right? So speed is given, that is constant. Speed is constant. The crank is 150 millimeter and the connecting rod is 600 millimeter. So length of crank is given, length of connecting rod is given. Now what you have to find is the linear velocity and acceleration of the midpoint of the connecting rod. Right? The midpoint of the connecting rod is in the mid of the A and B. Right? That's the midpoint of the connecting rod. And the angular velocity and angular acceleration of the connecting rod. Right? So this is our connecting rod. You need to find the angular velocity and angular acceleration of the connecting rod. Omega and alpha we have to find. At a crank angle of 45, right? So crank angle it is 45 with IDC, right? In a dead center. It's also given. Right? So this is our question. Now we'll find the answer. Okay. According to data, clockwise constant RPM of 300, right? So 300 clockwise. If I convert it into omega, that is 2 pi into 300 by 60. That is 5 and 10 pi is equal to 31.42, right? Rad per second. Now I found the omega of the connecting, not connecting to crank, right? And these are given data. Length of crank, length of connecting rod, it is given. We know that our linear velocity v with respect to O will be given as angular velocity into the length of the crank, right? Angular velocity I have found 31.42 rad per second. Velocity I have to found, so v is equal to omega into r, right? Omega into r, that is 150 millimeter, which is 0.15 meter. So if I multiply, I will have v is equal to 4.713 meter per second, right? So now I have found the velocity of the crank and the angular velocity of the crank. Okay. Question asked is find the angular velocity and angular acceleration of the connecting rod. I have slider, right? Then a connecting rod. Okay. Then a crank. Alright. So this is our space diagram. This to be drawn according to a scale. Always I am saying. Okay. This is 45. And this is given 150 millimeter. This is given 600 millimeter, right? Unit and position. I will mark them as this is the midpoint D, that is the question, and A, right? First, we have to draw the velocity diagram in order to move for the acceleration diagram. Okay, so this is space diagram. Now we'll go for velocity diagram. So now we have already found the velocity of this is given clockwise 300 rpm, right? 300 rpm. So omega is equal to 2 pi n by 60. That is equal to 2 pi into 300 by 60. That is equal to 31.42 rad per second. omega is equal to V upon R. From this I can find V, right? V is equal to omega into R. So V is equal to 31.42 rad per second into R, that is 150 millimeter, that is 0.15 meter, which is equal to 4.713 meter per second. 4.713 meter per second, right? Say for example, I am taking a scale factor of 4.713 meter per second is equal to 4.713 centimeter, right? Just for an example, I am saying, okay. You need to mention like this, the scale factor, okay. Then I will go for the velocity diagram, right? So you know, velocity is always perpendicular to the movement of the ring. I will mark by a different way, okay. Perpendicular to this, okay. And the velocity of this slider is going to be always this direction because this is moving this way and this way. All right. And velocity of this connecting rod, again, this is going to be perpendicular, right? So we'll draw the diagram. I know VA is acting only this way, but I don't know the magnitude, right? Velocity of A is always going to be this side, but I don't know the magnitude. That's fine. Then I will go for non-component. So this one is the non-component. This is B with respect to O, right? Velocity of B with respect to O. Okay, that I have found 4.713 rad per second, sorry, meter per second. So parallel to this, I will draw like this. Okay, so this and this are parallel. This and this are parallel. Okay, and these two are parallel. Okay, this one and this one are parallel, right? So same colors I have drawn. Red and red is parallel, right? Green and green are parallel, and this dark blue and this dark blue are parallel, right? So now I can mark. This is point B, right? This is point B. So this is VB, right? Velocity of B, and here is the velocity of A. So this would be the resultant velocity of A with respect to B, right? So now I have drawn the velocity diagram, right? And we now need the midpoint D also. So D is in the mid of the B and A, right? So here is our B, here is our A. D is in the mid of this B and A. So I can mark B. So I can say BD upon BA should be equal to here this BD upon BA, right? In order to find the velocity of that point, I need to join that point and I need to find the length of this, right? So we'll see how to draw this by step, okay? I have drawn, I'm going to dictate how to draw. Right? Draw a vector OB, right? So this is the first step. Since that's a non-component, right? Velocity is known, angular velocity is known, that's non-component. So I will start with this. Parallel to this, I will start with the same scale factor I will apply, right? I will apply a scale factor. Okay, draw the vector OB perpendicular to BO, okay, perpendicular to BO to some suitable scale, right? To represent the velocity of B with respect to A, sorry, respect to O, right? This is prime with respect to O simply velocity B, O, or we can say BB even because since it's a fixed point, right? This is a fixed point. And that is found as the velocity is 4.713 meter per second, right? So now this part is done. This is the first step. Okay, step by step I am saying this is the first step. Draw the velocity diagram BB. Okay. Then from this point B, okay, draw a vector BA perpendicular to this BA. Right. So this is BA perpendicular to this BA. You draw a vector here. Right. This vector. We don't know the magnitude of this. We'll just draw it. Right. And from point O, draw vector OA parallel to motion. So we know this is always going to move in this direction. So we will not go for perpendicular, we will go for parallel. So this one parallel to this, I will draw another line. So this OA line and BA line will cut at a point, and that is the velocity diagram. To represent the velocity of A, it is VA. So here is a VA. The vectors BA and OA intersected A. BA and OA intersected A. By measurement, we can now find the values. Right? So this is already known, that is 4.713 meter per second. 4.713 meter per second. So if I measure this one, right, and multiply by scale factor, I am having VAB will be equal to 3.4 meter per second. Right? So what you have to do is, you need to measure this one with the scale and multiply with the scale factor. Right? Similar way for this also, you measure this one, okay, and multiply with the scale factor, that is coming as 4 meter per second. 4 meter per second. Right? In order to find the velocity of the midpoint of the D, right now I have found this velocity, and this velocity, which means the velocity of this, and velocity of this. Now I have to find the velocity of the midpoint, right? So in order to find the velocity of the midpoint, B of the connecting node AB, divide the vector BA at D, right? Divide the vector BA at D in the same ratio as D divides this link AB, that is half to half, right? The space diagram. So in the space diagram, how is it dividing half to half? Similar way you divide in the velocity diagram also. Or else we can say BD upon BA will be equal to capital BD upon BA. That is BD upon BA should be equal to this BD upon BA. Right? In this ratio, you can divide it and mark this midpoint as the D. Right? So this is the midpoint D. Now join this OD. Right? Join this OD. Vector OD represents the velocity of the midpoint D of the connecting rod. So this is your velocity of the midpoint of the connecting rod. You measure this one by your scale and multiply with your scale factor. So at the end you will have 4.1 meter per second. Right? Okay. So this is all about velocity diagram. From this, we are going to find the acceleration diagram. Right? From this one, we are going to move for the acceleration diagram. So now I know the velocity of crank, I know the velocity of connecting rod, I know the velocity of slider. Right? Now I can go for the acceleration diagram. Okay. We know that the radial component of the acceleration of B with respect to O. So again, we are going to start from where is the known quantity, right? Known quantity. O to B, velocity is known, right? Which means I can find the acceleration, right? So radial component of the acceleration I told you will be given by V squared upon R, right? Radial component of the acceleration will be given by V squared upon R, and tangential component will be given by alpha into R, right? So V squared upon R, I know V is equal to 4.713. 4.713 meter per second whole squared upon R. R is the length of the crank, right? Radius. So since this is making a movement like this, okay, this is a crank, so it is making a circular movement. So the radius is the length of OB, right? So that is 0.15, 0.15 meter. When you solve it, you will have 148.1 meter per second square. Right? 148 meter per meter per second square. So this is the radial component of the crank. Okay. Now I need to find the tangential component, right? Okay. Tangential component of the crank, DO. That is equal to 0 because in the question it is said that the crank is rotating at a constant RPM of 300. That is, omega is constant. So if omega is constant, alpha is 0. We know, right? If v is constant, if v is a constant, the velocity, then acceleration is 0, right? If a motorbike or something is moving with same velocity, there is no acceleration, right? Similar way, here also, if the crank is moving with constant RPM, then the tangential acceleration part is 0, only tangential, okay? Right, so that part is done. About the crank, acceleration part is done. Then we'll go to the next one, right? A with respect to B. Right? So that will go for a radial of A with respect to B, right? Of A with respect to B. Okay. So how this is going to move? Again, same equation. V squared upon R. B we have found BA, right? BA, that is 3.4 meter per second, right? 3.4 meter per second whole squared divided by R. R is the length of this, right? Length of this, that is 0.6 meter. 0.6 meter. So you will have 19.3 per second, sorry, meter per second squared. Okay, when you solve this, you will have 19.3 meter per second squared. Right? Now we'll see, is this data enough to draw the acceleration diagram? If not, then we will find the other values also, and then we'll go for the drawing part. Right? Now the acceleration diagram can be drawn. Right? Go vector. So this is fine. I have this value, I have this value, I have a 0 value. So I will try to go. Right? If I need some more data, then I will go to calculation button, right? Okay, so I will start again with this OB because that's a non-quantity, right? So here I told you radial component is parallel and tangential component is perpendicular, right? So the acceleration diagram, I will go parallel to this, right? This is how I'm going to start, okay? Parallel to this. So again, I am going to use the same colors so this is to understand, right? So this is acceleration of point B, right? A, B, that is acceleration of point B. So since I have marked O and A and B here, I will mark O dash here, right? And this is B dash, right? O dash, B dash, acceleration is this way. Which acceleration? Radial acceleration is this way. And tangential acceleration is that way that we will see first. Okay. We know O dash B dash, this is the radial acceleration, which already I have found 148.1 meter per second, right? O dash B dash is equal to 148.1 meter per second square. Okay. So now I have to go for again scale factor. Right? So this scale factor needs not to be similar to this scale factor. You can change, right? So this 148.1 meter per second square, you can take it as 14.81 centimeter, right? So the scale factor for this phase diagram need not to be similar to that of the velocity diagram and need not to be similar to that of acceleration diagram, right? They can be varied, but it should have a scale factor. Okay. So this one, say for example, I have it as 14.81 centimeter, right? Since I know this is 148.1 meter per second square. Okay. So this is rotating at a constant speed, right? Constant speed. So there is no any tangential component. So you know tangential component is perpendicular, right? Tangential component is perpendicular. So I must have something in this direction, but I will not have that because a tangential is equal to 0, right? Why this is moving at a constant RPM, right? Constant RPM. So I will erase this one because then I can draw the diagram easily. O dash B dash. Okay. Now I have drawn the acceleration component of the triangle, right? Radial acceleration is drawn, tangential acceleration is not there. So for triangle, acceleration part is done, right? The acceleration of A with respect to B, that's the next thing, right? A with respect to B. So this will have two components. One is in the perpendicular direction and the other one in the parallel direction of the velocity, right? Why there is no any constants here. So this is going to have both the components, tangential as well as the radial, right? So we have two components here. Radial component of the acceleration, that is AR, AB, right? A radial of AB, and the tangential component which will be written as AT of AB, right? Here I am going to have both the components, right? These two components should be mutually perpendicular. So one is this way and the other one is this way. So it means they are perpendicular to each other. So from point B dash I will draw B dash x parallel to AB, right? Because one component is going to go in this way. Okay. I will go for another color. Okay. So one component is going to go in this way. So that I will draw like this. Right? Okay. So this is the, you see, radial component of the AB. Right? A or AB. Okay. A or AB. So this and this are parallel to each other. Right? This and this are parallel to each other. At the meantime, I will have the perpendicular also. Right? Perpendicular also. Why? This has a tangential acceleration also. Right? So this is going to be radial acceleration part. This is going to be tangential acceleration part. So this is radial, right? So this we have already found the length of this, that is 19.3 meter per second square. You see ARAB, right? Radial acceleration of AB we have found, that is 19.3 meter per second square, right? That is 19.3 meter per second square. According to my scale, this is going to be like 1.93 centimeter, right? So compared to this is so small, right? And this point would be, I'll mark it as a kind of some x, okay? All right. Then I'm going to have the tangential acceleration of this, right? So again, I will draw a perpendicular to this. Why? These two are perpendicular to each other, right? So similar way, I will draw a perpendicular to this, but I don't know the magnitude of this, right? I'll just draw it. So this is the tangential acceleration of AB, right? Tangential acceleration of AB. Right? Now, from point O, we need to complete the diagram, right? This way it's moving. So from point O, we need to complete the diagram. Rho vector. So this is going to be acting only on this way, right? This is going to act only this way. So I will draw it in this way with a green color. So here also green color, here also green color, right? So I will mark this point as A dash, right? A dash. Since A is there, A is here. I will mark this as A dash. So this O dash, A dash, and OA, and this capital OA, these three are parallel, right? So since this X A dash and this O dash A dash, they are meeting at a point, and that point I can mark as the B dash, right? So this is going to be the, sorry, not B dash, A dash, already marked, right? B dash is already here, right? So now we have almost drawn the components for this one, right? And this is not going to have any acceleration perpendicular to this, right? It is not going to have anything perpendicular because the movement is only this way, right? The movement is only this way. So which means this is not going to have any acceleration on the perpendicular direction, right? So there also I will have only one component, right? So for crank I have only one component, that is blue, right? That is radial component, which will not have any tangential component since it is rotating at a constant omega, right? For the connecting rod, I have two components, tangential and radial components. Okay, and for slider, I will have again only one component since it is moving only in this way. It does not have any velocity in this side, right? So there also I am going to have only one component. Okay. Now, since I have two components for connecting rod, I am going to find the resultant of this. I am going to find the resultant of this. I need to find, right? Okay. So this is the final acceleration diagram. So I will join it with the firm line, right? So this is the AAB, AAB. Okay. Resultant of this ATAB and resultant of this ARAB will give you the AAB. Okay. You need to find the acceleration of the midpoint D. So that's the question, right? I need to find the acceleration of the midpoint D. So it means I have to mark a point D over here. Okay. It should be marking this B dash A dash into half, right? We should separate this B dash A dash into half. And I can join it. I can join it. So this is the midpoint D, and I will mark it as D dash. Right? I will mark it as D dash. So now I can find the acceleration of the point D dash. Right? So because I know B dash D dash to D dash A dash equal to BD upon BA. So similar way like this, I need to mark here BD upon BA should be equal to B dash A dash, not B dash A dash, B dash D dash upon B dash A dash. Okay. So according to this scale, I need to make it half. Since this is half, midway on the line is fine. But now I have to join this O dash and D dash. Okay, the O dash and D dash. This length means the acceleration of the midpoint D. Okay. So by measurement, we can find there should be some length for this, right? So that length into your scale factor will give you the acceleration of this D point. So when you do it, you will have 117 meter per second square. Okay. Now the angular velocity of the connecting rod is asked, right? So I can do it with the velocity diagram as well, right? So angular velocity is the connecting rod. Connecting rod, we know that is BA. So BA 3.4 meter per second upon this length. So length of the connecting rod is 0.6. It is equal to 5.67 rad per second. So since I know the acceleration and velocity of the connecting rod, I can find the acceleration of the connecting rod as well, right? So connecting rod, I told you I have two components, a T is there, AR is there, right? So by measurement, right, from the acceleration diagram, by measurement, I can find tangential of AB. This can be written as 103 meter per second square, right? By measurement into scale factor, your tangential acceleration of AB is 103 meter per second square. And the angular acceleration is also asked. What you have found is the acceleration, right? Alpha is equal to A upon R, I told you, right? Tangential acceleration alpha is equal to A upon R. So alpha is equal to A, which I found 103, okay, 103 upon R. There is a connecting rod that is 600, so that is 0.6 meter. That is equal to 171.67 rad per second square, right? Mark the units. Rad per second square. Angular acceleration rad per second square. Angular velocity rad per second, right? So this is the final answer. You are asked to find the angular acceleration of the connecting rod, angular velocity of the connecting rod, right, and the acceleration of the midpoint, right. So now we have found all three, right. This is how we draw the acceleration diagram. In a velocity diagram, if you have like three components, the acceleration diagram you will have six components. So each velocity diagram will have a tangential and radial component. So one velocity link means two acceleration will be there. So if you have a triangle of velocity diagram, three velocities, you will have six accelerations. In order to make your process easy, if it is a slider crank mechanism, then the slider will move only on one direction, right? Forward and backward. So that will not have any tangential component. So one tangential component is removed. Okay. For sliding, tangential component is removed. Then in the question, if it is given, the crank is rotating with certain constant RPM, then again there won't be any tangential component because the velocity or angular velocity is constant, right? So you will not have any tangential component, right? So another acceleration component is removed, right? So what you have from 6, now it is reduced to 4, right? So the velocity diagram, you will have 1, 2, 3 diagram, 3 lines. Acceleration diagram, you see 1, 2, 3, 4 diagram, 4 lines, right? So these two will make a resultant acceleration. So again, this will be reduced to 1, 2, 3 lines, right? So this is not that difficult. If you understand the concept, that's easy.